What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with Jesse W. And today we're going to go over what I consider a little side hustle that doesn't take much time at all and can make you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, if you're just a little bit patient. Check it out. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is jump right on into this. But before we do, a couple little things here. First of all, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. Remember, I go over long-term investing, day trading, basically any other hustles, motivational stuff, and college stuff, etc. Okay, so subscribe to the channel if you enjoy that type of content, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I drop these videos. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to move on and talk about long-term investment stuff with small amounts of money over a long period of time. Okay. And what I need you to understand, which is the second item on the docket here, is I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial professional. I am just a guy on YouTube. So you don't have to listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't do what I'm telling you, right? I'm not telling you to do anything anyways. I'm sharing with you what I do personally, what I have done. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you step by step what I did and via the same account that I opened, okay? Now, you can open up these type of long-term investment accounts with anyone. Vanguard, E-Trade, Fidelity, Webull. Webull's extremely easy, okay? It's an app on your phone. I've shown it to you before. And they even have the Webull.com website you can see right here. And you have everything. You can trade, you have the market, the platform, you have like the actual platform that you can log in and trade actively, which is pretty cool. And they're like Robinhood, they're free. You can also open up your IRA with them, which is what we're gonna go over. It's free. If you wanna open up your account with them, there's a link in the description section below and you can open up an account with them. I wish that Webull would have existed when I opened up my IRA, because I would have opened up an IRA with them. Instead, I have opened up my IRA with Vanguard. And that's what we're going to go over today, because they make it very easy as well. I would say Webull is easier. You can probably open up your Webull account and your Webull account with your Webull IRA within like 2 or 3 days. I think Vanguard is about 3 to 4 days. So, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but Webull is, one of those apps that's just super easy to use. Vanguard's a little bit more detailed. Regardless of the fact, one or the other, it doesn't matter. If you want to use the Webull, there's a link in the description section below. If you use that link, you get 2 free stocks. 1 free stock for opening an account. 2nd free stock for actually funding your account with money. I think it's $100, and you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,400. Okay, so that's it for Webull. Now we go back over to Vanguard. And what we're going to go over here is something that they don't teach you in school. It's investing for your retirement, right? Everybody's going to be, generally speaking, if you're healthy and you live a good life, you're going to get to your 60s at least, minimum, right? So why not retire when you're 60 and have extra money there? I'm not telling you, just focus on that and don't enjoy your money meanwhile, and don't try to make more money in the meanwhile. I'm saying, if you invest in stuff now and invest in stuff for the future, you're just going to have that much more money when you're in your 60s. So it doesn't, it's not rocket science, guys. When I was in my 20s and late teens, my parents tried to get me to do this. And I thought to myself, well, why would I waste investment money in the future when I can just put it towards business now? Well, that was a total fail on my part, because had I done that right now, I'd be sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars, versus basically I'm just starting out right now. I started my retirement account in my late 20s, and I never really put money into it on a consistent basis until over the course of the last almost year and a half. So I've truly wasted, actually almost 2 years, truly wasted a tremendous amount of time. So I'm playing catch up now, which is fine because I'm still young and I'm never going to be fully retired. I'm always going to have some sort of hustle. I mean, you can tell that just by watching my channel. I enjoy these type of things. I enjoy investing. I enjoy working. I enjoy trying to make money. It's fun to me. It really is. So I'm always going to do some sort of hustle. I'm always going to have some sort of grind on the side. So it's not like, oh, well, Jesse, instead of having $1 million in retirement, you're only going to have 500,000. Well, I mean, that's not really how it's going to work, because I already have investments that are ongoing currently that are just going to add to the long-term ones that we're going to go over now here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to Vanguard.com. If you choose to do it at Vanguard, you click, you go here on the side, as you can see, it says personal investors. You click that. Okay, I'm going to show you how fast this is. This is ridiculously fast. You hover over advice and retirement right here, and then you're going to figure out and pick the age bracket that you're in. Retirement planning for ages 20 to 49, for ages 50 to 64, for ages 65 plus. Okay, the bulk, and I mean the bulk of my viewers are 20 to 49. So we're going to actually click on that. If you want me to do a video for ages 50 to 64 on retirement investing with Vanguard, or basically any other, let me know, drop it in the comment section below, and I will gladly do that video. I'll gladly make that video for you. But for now, we're going to concentrate on ages 20 to 49. We're going to click on that, and then here it's going to show you, let's make this screen a little bit smaller. Here it's going to show you a, retirement savings made easy, get the basic savings for retirement. So it's like a little how-to page, but you don't really need to see this if you don't want to, because that's why you came here, to Hustle with Jesse W. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and smash that like button. We're going to go ahead and click find the right account for you. And here is the very first decision you have to make. You have two types of accounts you can open. You can open up a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. The traditional IRA is going to be a tax deferred account, meaning the money that you put in right to it, it will be tax deductible. And then when you go to retire, you're going to pay taxes on that money that you put in. Plus, I would imagine, I believe, if I could be wrong, I believe you would pay taxes on the actual interest you made on that money as well. So like the winnings. Then you can also open up a Roth IRA account. A Roth IRA account, the money you put in is not tax-free or tax deductible. The money you put into your Roth IRA is taxable money. It's going to be money you're going to pay taxes on right now, the year that you put it in. So if you put $6,000 into your account, which will be the max, into your Roth IRA throughout the year, you're going to pay taxes on those $6,000 at your regular tax bracket. Now, when you go to retire, you won't have to pay money on that tax on that money because you already paid tax on your investment. So let's say you put over the course of those years $100,000. You already paid taxes on those $100,000. You will not have to pay taxes on those $100,000 again if you take them out of the account. Your winnings, your interest, what you made off of your investments, that is also tax-free in a Roth IRA. Okay, I'm no tax professional. Discuss this with your accountant for sure, but that's how I've read the Roth IRA to be. And I have to put the disclaimer in there in that fashion because I am not a tax professional. This is not tax advice. This is not investment advice either. This is just what I've done. And in fact, I had a traditional IRA with them, and I just recently converted it to a Roth IRA about a week and a half ago. Okay. So this is what you'll decide which type of account you want to do. Typically, the benefit is, like I said, tax-free money with your Roth when you go retire. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we've already, let's say, decided you want to open up a Roth IRA. So now we got to figure out what do we want to invest. Remember, the Roth IRA is basically just like a bucket, and that bucket is where you're going to store your money. Okay, you're going to put your money in that bucket, but now within that bucket, there's little investment buckets. Now you got that money that's there just saved. You got to put it in some of those other little investment buckets so it can make you money. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in that bucket and not make you any money at all. So now we got to figure out which type of investment goal we want to go ahead and invest into. Okay. So we know we're going to do a retirement type fund. Now you could, in that Roth IRA, let's say, hey, that rhymes. Roth IRA, let's say, you could in that Roth IRA invest in individual stocks. You could buy all the Tesla stock you want. Okay. All the Tesla stock you want. And then when you go retire, you can buy that Lambo. Yeah, you're going to invest in Tesla to buy a Lambo. But yeah, you could buy all the individual stocks you want, or you can invest in ETFs, or you can invest in mutual funds, or you can invest in all of the above. Okay? So now, you'll want to do, typically, people do a mix, an asset mix, okay, which is what you see here. So you'll invest some in stocks, you'll invest some in bonds, some in ETFs, some in mutual funds. Depending how much money you have, you can diversify all your money throughout that type of fashion, right? You could do that. Or you could do what I did. I wanted to do something extremely set it and forget it status for my retirement account. At least for half of what I'm going to invest in my retirement account is what I'm going to invest in this, which is a target date fund. Like say a modern approach for today's investors. This is, let's say, a dummy proof because it's a target date fund, meaning it's a mutual fund you're going to put your money in with a retirement target date on it. Okay, so what it does is it automatically balances and rebalances out your your investments throughout the course of those years. Typically, the closer you get to retirement, the safer you want that investment to be, right? If you're 5 years away from retiring and most of your money is invested in the overall stock market itself, you could suffer tremendously if you have a big correction or a big recession take place. So typically, if you're very close to retirement, then you would start to allocate more money into something safer like bonds, right? And less in stocks, so that the money's protected and still making you a little percentage of income at least right before your retirement. So that's typically what happens. So with these target date funds, that is what they do. Initially at the start, your money is basically all in like stocks, like 90 to 80% stocks and 10 to 20% in bonds, so that the majority is all focused on growth, on making you more money quicker. Okay, the more the years pass, and I'm talking about it takes a while, the investments start to become less riskier, more safer. You make less money, but you lose less money, etc. So that's what the target date fund is. We can go ahead and click this here. This is how easy they make it on the website, and you can read what it is. A mutual fund intended for retirement savers that automatically rebalances and adjusts its asset mix as investors get closer to retirement. For example, a 20-year-old might invest in a target date fund for people planning to retire in the year 2060. Target date funds are professionally managed and typically diversified across asset classes and market segments. So that's it. That's what target date funds are. Now, that's what I chose for me because I felt it was extremely well diversified and super easy, which is what I wanted. I wanted it just to be easy so that the money would just go in and I just set it and forget it. So now, what does that look like, right? That's what you might be asking yourself. What does that even look like? So we're going to click here, see what Vanguard Target Retirement Funds offer. So we click that, and now we're here at the Vanguard Target Retirement Funds. You work hard to save for retirement. Now choose a fund that works hard, just as hard for you. So get a complete portfolio in a single fund. It is a complete portfolio because it's diversified across a wide segment of stocks and different segments. So you have less risk through broader diversification. Of course, if 90% of your money is in Tesla and Tesla takes a dump, well then 90% of your money took a dump. But if you have 10% in Tesla, 10% in AT&T, 10% in Ford, 10% in Apple, 10% in Facebook, 10% in Alphabet, which is Google, as you know, 10% in various different companies, everything is spread out, you are still making money. But if Tesla takes a dump, well, then only 10% of your money took a dump and the rest are still strong. That's why diversification in the stock market, and for me, period, in investing is very important. And I'll go a little bit deeper into how I have my future investments going. Maybe in this video, maybe in the next, it depends how long this one will go. A professionally managed asset mix, automatic rebalancing, low cost to you. So the Vanguard retirement funds, the target date retirement funds, their expense ratio is 81% less than the industry average. That's amazing. You're going to pay a lot less fees, and it really is a lot less fees when you compare it to other funds, okay? So now, which target retirement fund fits your timeline? Here we're going to go into something very detailed that was something I took into consideration when I picked my fund. You're going to come here and you're going to figure out years to retirement. Well, what year were you born in? 1998, 2000, 2002? Were you born in that range? Were you born a little bit older? 1983 to 1987, so you're about 30 years old. 1988 to 1992, you're about 35. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's the years to retirement. So you're going to retire in about 35 years. 1983 to 1987, you're about to retire in 30 years. The older you are, obviously, the closer you are to retirement. 1978 to 1982, you're going to retire probably in about 25 years. Now, when I picked my fund here, I didn't go specifically by my birth year. I did not. And I'll tell you why. If we'll do simple math here. Check it out. I was born in 1983. So according to this, I would be retiring in 30 years. So 30 years basically from now is where I would be retiring, right? That would mean I'd be retiring at age 66. I do not want to retire at age 66. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing everything within my power to be semi-retired in my 50s, okay? And at the pace I'm going, I should be able to achieve that, thank God. Now, what I did was, even though back then, I didn't have the mindset I have now. I knew that I did not want to retire at 66 years old. I wanted to retire I wanted to have access to this money as soon as possible, because that's the other thing. You have access to this money whenever you want, but if you take this money out before you're 59 and a half, you're not only going to pay taxes on what you have to pay taxes, you're going to go ahead and have to pay a 10% penalty. Okay, so if you have $100,000 in there, you need access to that and you want it, right? And you want it before 59 and a half because you decided to retire earlier and you want to get your 100K or your 500K, whatever it is you have in there. Let's say you have 500K, which is easily obtainable. You're going to have to pay 10% on that. I don't want to pay 10% on that to no one. That's my money. So I figured I want to have access to this as early as possible, which is 59 and a half, 60 years old. So I chose where is it? I chose this one. Okay, I chose the 1978 to 1982 birth year, even though my birth year is after 82. I chose this one because the target date on this is the year 2045. Okay, so that's exactly why I chose that one. So now we're going to click on that, and it's going to take us to that fund itself. Okay, and this is the fund I have, Vanguard Target Retirement 2045 Fund, VTIVX. Okay, and it's going to show you here exactly what type of fund it is. Okay, now watch. It's going to, the category target date 2041 to 2045. The expense on this is 60%, 67% lower than the average expense ratio of funds with similar holdings. Okay, you're going to need a minimum investment of $1,000 to open the account. After that, you could put whatever money you want. $50 a month, $100 a month, $250 a month, $500 a month would be the max because you can only do $6,000 a year on it. So that would be your starting balance, $1,000. And that's exactly how I started it. I just grabbed $1,000 and I did it. And don't tell me you don't have $1,000 or have access to $1,000 if you're watching this on a brand new iPhone, because that's a total load of crap. You definitely have the ability to get yourself $1,000. If you're watching this on a $1,000 phone or anywhere near a $1,000 phone, you have the ability to get yourself $1,000 within the next month or two and open up your account. Just sell some stuff on eBay. Done. All right, we're not going to waste any more time on that because that is the truth right there. Now, this risk potential is a risk number 4. So right now it's more heavily invested in stocks than it is in anything else because the target date is pretty far away still. So you have less risk, less reward. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 and 5 are more risk, more reward. And that's how I like it. I like more risk, more reward. No problem at all. Now, we're going to see the performance that this done. This mutual fund paid out over the course of over the last year. Let's see here, 24.94% in interest. That is a good return on your money. Basically 25% on your money. That is awesome. Over the last 3 years, 11%. Over the last 5 years, 8%. Over the last 10 years, which is generally what you would average out, 9%. Really almost 10, 9.98%. Since its inception in 2003, it's paid out 8.10%, which is great because I always do these calculations based on 7%. And generally speaking, the return rate over the course of 10 years from the stock market is anywhere between 10 to 12, 10 to 12%, sometimes a little bit less, but generally speaking, 10 to 12%. So seeing a 9.98, which is 10% return on this is awesome. I love to see that. Okay, and we're going to do some calculations in a little bit, to see how much money this would have made. Now, hypothetical growth of a $10,000 account. So if you put just $10,000, right, in 2009, right now, and you would have never put any more money, right now your money would be worth $25,899. That's not a bad investment for just throwing money in an account and forgetting about it, okay, and not putting any more in it. The key here is putting every month a little bit of money because it compounds over a period of time and makes you bank. So you have that Lambo money when you're 60 or before then. Right? Because if you're set in your 60s, then why not get the Lambo before? Just saying. So now you have here what it does, right? Ranking by percentage. Vanguard Total Market Index Fund, 54% of the investments are in the Total Market Index Fund. Then you have Vanguard Total International Stock Index Fund, 36%. Vanguard Total Bond Market is just 7%. Vanguard Total International bond market is just 2.9. So you can see the majority of the money is in the overall stock market. So you have the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund and then the Vanguard Total International Stock Market index fund. So that's where the majority of the money is. And that's really where I would want it personally, because I want to make more money now that I'm younger and worry about being a little bit safer maybe later on in life, right? So, all right, so let's say that you're going to, that you're younger, you're going to pick a fund further out, right? So you'll do the same thing, right? You come here and you go through the same process, obviously, and you pick a different date for the retirement, right? So let's say you were born in the early 90s. Well, let's say, the early 90s. So your target fund would be retirement in 2055. That's a Vanguard target retirement fund for that age. And as you see, it still had the same level 4 risk. And right now it's basically had the same returns, almost 25%, 11.8, 8.3, and since its inception, over 10% return on your money, which is awesome. So it's basically the same thing, it's just a different retirement date that you're going to pick. And that's all there is. So now you already know that you want to pick either a Roth or a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. You already know which retirement target fund you want to pick if you want to have a set it and forget it type of setup. So the next step is, and then that's it. Open up your account, and that's it. You're done. You go through these steps here. You open up your account, you fund it, and once the money hits, you go ahead and put it on auto draft every month, however much you want to invest into your retirement fund. And just forget about it. I don't even look at this every month, if I do, it's just to make a video or something like that. Now, let me show you with an investment calculator what this can look like, okay? Investment calculator. Let's go ahead and do that real quick here. Let's see here. We'll do this one. So you come here and let's say you're 25 years old and you plan to retire at 60, right? And you're establishing your account with $1,000, like we just said. And you're going to contribute $250 a month. You can do it. You can. It's called sacrifice. And you're going to make, we saw there the average return being about 8%, okay? Generally between 8 to 10, but let's go with the lowest number. Let's say 8%, okay? Look at that. That is how much money you would have in that account by investing just half of what you can, because you can invest a max of $500 because it gives you $6,000 over the course of the 12 months. But that's what you do right there. Look at that. You contributed over the course of 25 to 60, $105,000. That's it. And you got a return of $483,763. That is some money right there. $483,763 in returns. That is awesome. And this is the potential returns the stock market can give you. Now, it says here that historically over the 30-year return rate of the S&P has been roughly 12%. I always like to go with a smaller number just in case. But let's meet in the middle. Let's say it's 10%. Let's say it's 10%. $981,798. That is just under $1 million. $20,000, a little bit less than $20,000 more, and you got yourself $1 million. And this is not counting any other investments you might have. If you've bought a couple rental properties, if you have a business that's paying you some passive income, right? Maybe some sort of online business. This is just one investment. $1,000 opening the account, $250 a month, starting at age 25 to 60. Guys, this is not rocket science. Let's see what happens if you said, nah, but I'm 25, I'm so young. I'll start it when I'm 30. Let's see what happens if you do that. 30 years old, 5 years later, we're going from 981. Wow. That is a gut punch. That is a gut punch from $981,000 to $584,000. That's what you lost just for waiting 5 years. Just for waiting 5 years. That hurts to see. Now, let's say you went ultra sacrifice and you started at 25 and you started investing the full $500 that you can invest every month. Okay, and you got your 10% return. Oof, almost $2 million. Are you freaking kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. $1.9 million. Now, let's say you were 30 and you did the same, $500 a month. A little bit more serious. You got over $1 million. You got over $1 million, but you're still under by a lot because it was almost 2 million. Stop wasting time and get on this is what I would say to me in the past. I wish I could get on a DeLorean and do that Back to the Future ride and start this earlier. But hey, it is what it is. And the best part of it is Roth IRA, tax-free money. Can't complain about that. Now you saw how easy it is to set up. Any questions, drop them in the comment section below. If you already have an account or if you have a retirement plan that you're working on, drop it in the comment section below. I always love to hear other ideas because that's how I like to learn. So make sure you do that. Smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content and the rest of my content. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I drop my next videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.